you, Dave, and thank you, Dave, for the conversation to get me fired up. Good evening. Welcome to Sensitivity Training. My name is Dianna, and my job is to make you less sensitive. As you notice, I have half a chair here. Dave is under the weather. He's a little bit under the weather, little Dave. Maybe I should bring him his binky and a little blankie next time. But Dave is under the weather, so he couldn't make the show, and he's probably watching. Hi, Dave, so I can make fun of you when you're not here. Anyway, I'm under the weather. As you can tell, I'm a little hoarse. I don't feel so well, but you know what? I made it. So my question to you is, who would you want on your team? Would you want Dave, who's home in bed? Or would you want me, who's rough and can handle a job, like being on TV? Anyway, if you want to give a call, Dave, is the number up there? Is the phone number up there? I got to go over to the booth. See if that phone number's... Is the phone number up there? 617-876-0055. No phone, they can't call? WTF? Try to give it a call. 617-876-00. They can call? He said they can call. Anyway, 617-876-0055. So two questions I'm going to throw out to you. One is, the phone's ringing. One is, do you want me on your team or Dave on your team? And I want to know who you're voting for president. So let me see if I can figure this out. Good evening. Welcome to Sensitivity Training.
Hello?
Hello?
Dave will get better again. And so?
Is this Dave?
No, but Dave will get better again. Donald Trump told me. You know me, you just don't place me.
I don't know you. Who are you?
I am Richard.
Richard from a long time ago?
No, Richard from about 2 weeks ago when I said, oh, you're Princess Dianna.
Oh, how are you, Richard?
Do you know who I am now?
Now I do, yes. I saw you outside with Dave.
I just wanted to give you a laugh.
Okay, so Richard, who are you voting for?
I'm going to write my own name in.
Oh, come on. Pick a team. Richard, pick a team.
What?
Pick a team.
Pick a team?
Why are you even going to go to the ballot? Why are you even going to go to the polls if you're going to write your own name in?
I'm kidding. I'm going to vote for Bernie, I think.
And tell me why. Bernie has a good heart, God bless him. But tell me why you're voting for Bernie.
I think he really, really wants to do things the right way, and I don't really get that from any of the Republicans.
So tell me what the right way is.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
You just said he wants to do things the right way. Come on, Richard.
Don't mad at me because I said Dave will get better again.
Don't backpedal, Richard. Tell me why you think Bernie's going to do a good job.
I hope he does.
I know, but give me a specific.
Let's see. Maybe because he talks a lot about...
I'm raising my eyebrow. What?
I want you to do your show.
No, this is my show, but I have a question for you.
All right.
So Bernie has a loose stance on immigration, okay?
Uh-huh.
And my candidate, and a couple others, but my candidate wants to do away with this illegal immigration. So my question to you is, how do you feel about illegal immigration?
Illegal immigration?
Illegal, not.
I think people should. I think people should come into this country if they want to, so long as they don't break any laws.
So, but if they're coming in illegally, aren't they already breaking a law?
No, if they come in illegally, they should be put back out.
Okay, so then why are you voting for Bernie?
I don't know. I think I want you to do your sensitivity show.
Thank you for the call, Richard.
See you later. Bye.
See, now that was a good call, 617-876-0055. So that was a good, nice little dialogue with Richard, right, who watches the show. But Richard said that they should go back and have to come back in, which I think is fascinating because that's Donald Trump's stance. Oh, I got to do the hang-up thing because this is all new. So 617-876-0055. And that brings me to a serious subject. I know on this show sometimes we're serious, we're not serious, but the tragedy in Belgium today has sent chills down my spine. And I'm sure that anybody else who's heard about it. So when I last listened to the news. It was, I want to say like 30 people died and maybe over 230 people injured. So for those of you out there, I'm going to do a little preaching. You can give a call, 617-876-0055, and you can tell me what you think. I don't like to hear what Dave thinks. I'm usually getting mad at him, and he's probably watching. But anyway, tell me what you think. The Europe, they decided to do this open borders thing, right? Which has flooded all of these countries with migrants, and now they're having a lot of problems. I don't know if you watch CCTV and maybe read the Herald or the Globe. I'm not sure. You're not getting the whole skinny. So if you don't have access to the internet, I would encourage you to go to the library. You're not getting the full picture of what's going on in the world, okay? What's happening right here in Cambridge isn't all that's happening in the world. And you might say, hey, Diana, like Dave says, Diana, what does that affect me for? It doesn't affect me. Yeah, hello, it does affect you. Does the Zika virus, which came from, I think, Brazil, people might say, that doesn't affect me. Hello, yeah, absolutely, it affects pregnant women. And there is some evidence that it might be sexually transmitted, meaning a guy gets it and he has sex with his girlfriend or wife, she gets it, okay? And it causes significant birth defects in babies. So, what I'm saying to you is anything that goes on around the world affects us. Now, maybe 100 years ago it didn't affect us so much, but now it does affect us. So I want you to think about when you're voting. I'm not telling you have to vote for Mr. Trump. I am going to vote for Mr. Trump, and I'm going to do my best. I'm fixing my new pin here. I'm going to do my best to get him elected because I think he's the best man for the job. But when you're deciding to vote, don't just check off a name because you heard it. Do a little research and think, not one candidate is not going to fulfill your every need. Just like one man or one woman won't take care of all your needs, okay? So, but think about what's most important to you. Okay, so that's what I want you to do. Go if you're just reading the Herald or the Globe or the Metro, you're not getting the full scoop. Step away from the reality TV. Step away, okay? Go to the library. Look at different news sources. Whether it's the New York Times, Breitbart, whatever. Look at a bunch of different news sources to figure out who you are voting for. So Richard, for example, he wants to vote for Bernie. Yet, Bernie thinks, let everybody in. Let everybody in. So to that end, Dad, I don't know if you're watching the show. I'm a little aggravated today, and maybe you can tell. Yesterday, excuse me, I went to go pick up a prescription. Now, for those of you who have been watching the show, between my health care and my dental, I pay about $857 a month out of my own pocket, right? And if you've been watching the show, I'm not working, that's my savings, which I'm running out because I'm trying to start my business, but I'm running out of money. So $857, okay? Yep, I could sign up for Obamacare, but let me tell you what, I wouldn't be able to see the doctors that I'm seeing. Okay, so whatever Obama said, that's wrong. Anyway, I go to the pharmacy yesterday to pick up a prescription that I picked up last month. Last month it was $30. Okay, $30. That's a lot, but that's what I expected. Yesterday it was $55. Okay, so $857 and another $55, right? I'm over $900. Then I had a doctor's appointment today. I had to go to the dermatologist. If you were watching the show, hello. If you were watching the show back in July, you saw that I had the Lyme disease. Well, they're not sure that I actually had it. I'm still having problems. I'm having follow-up. So I go to check in, and I said, I think I owe you guys money. Yep, sure enough. So $35 copayment, $35 copayment. Plus, I owed them $100 for blood work. And she said, that's towards your deductible, my $3,000 deductible. So, to me, if you ask me how I feel about illegal immigration and how I feel about people just waltzing through the front door of America or the southern border and they can just walk into a hospital, they can get care wherever, right? I'm sorry, it irks irks me. It irks me that now how much money, if you want to do the math on what it cost Dianna this month to get her health care, it's over $1,000. That's outrageous. $250 a week. But anyway, 617-876-0055. I don't know, Dave. I don't know. I'm kind of liking being back in the driver's seat here. I am kind of liking. Okay. So, I asked you who you were voting for. So I want you to think about it. I know the guy that comes on after me. I feel like every time I'm outside, I hear him saying, the fascist, Donald Trump, fascist. What the hell is a fascist? What does he mean by that? What does that mean? Throwing big words out there. Just throwing big words out there. So, anyway, so I sounded off. I sounded off on my health care. I sounded off on Dave. I asked you who you were voting for, right? When the election comes around. Did you know, wow, you got an audience out here. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Who are you voting for? Who are you voting for? Hold on a second. I'm asking this girl out here who she's voting for. Hold on, I'm gonna give... You voting for... Yeah, look, we got a whole audience out here. This is awesome. Yeah? You're gonna vote for Trump? Yeah? There's quite a few people out there. I have somebody over here nodding. Yes, somebody over there nodding. This guy, what's he doing? I don't know what he's doing. I can't see. Anyway, so let's put that up there. So a lot happening in politics. I don't know if anybody has read. I got all kinds of red stuff going on here. And I brought Dave a present. This is a present that I bought for Dave. I went to the store and I bought it yesterday because I realized that I didn't have something to hit him with. And I wanted to get something a little softer, but this is all they had. So this is a bat that I'm gonna hit Dave with when he says something stupid. But anyway, the Republican convention is in July. It's from, I think, the 18th, 18, 19, 20. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in July, the third week of July. So there's a group that's coming together. Black Lives Matter, and they're mixing with some other groups, and their plan is to shut down the convention. Okay, so this is what I find very interesting, and it'd be interesting because I'd like to go on the show, the guy that's after us. I'd like to go on his show and see what he thinks. So I'm not sure how you feel, Dad. If you're out there, 617-876-0055. I'm not sure how you feel about freedom of speech. Okay, but it seems to me, now this is just my humble opinion, that people aren't wanting to let us speak freely anymore. So I don't know what's going on in the colleges. Something's going on there though. Something is going on in the colleges where they want to silence freedom of speech. So somebody says something to you, and you don't want to hear it, so whack, right? Whack. That's what they want to do. They want to whack you. So anyway, there's a big group, Black Lives Matter. They are joining forces with some other people. They want to get 1 million plus people. They're going to go to the convention, Cleveland, Ohio, and their plan is to shut the convention down. Now, I don't understand this. I frankly, I don't understand it. Richard, I know you're out there, and I'm not sure what you would do if you would try to shut down free speech. I mean, I'm looking at what's going on the set here, and I'm wondering, geez, is somebody going to try to shut me down? Is somebody going to walk through those doors and try to shut me down? So I'm not sure what's going on. But it's a little disturbing to me as somebody whose mother used to drag me to protest. But they did them peacefully. I mean, peacefully. My mother's voice, I mean, not so peaceful, but they did them peacefully, although I'm trying to think. I have to check in with my father to see if my mother ever chained him to a bus. But one such protest, my father was a bus driver in the city of Boston. He just retired after 35 years. And he was the union steward or whatever title he had. And my mother, who was a little bit radical in the sense that she would always write an editorial or something to a paper, my mother convinced my father to strike. And apparently, I don't know. I mean, I think I was maybe 8 or 9. I don't even know how old I was, but apparently there was something in their contract where they couldn't strike. And I have a feeling, personally, that my mother was just trying to get my father like out of the house for a couple of weeks, and he ended up getting arrested. My father got arrested. He was in jail. I guess there's a difference between prison and jail. But anyway, he was at the Charles Street Jail, which, if those buildings were there, I probably could see it. So for those of you who may not know the Charles Street Jail, and for those of you who are maybe watching this and you're not from this area, the Charles Street Jail is now the Liberty Hotel. And they have a couple restaurants in there. They have one called Alibi, which is cute, one called The Clink. They kept the skeleton of the building because it's historical, but they made a restaurant, and then behind it is the Liberty Hotel. I would encourage you to go in there, even if you don't want to go and spend the money on a very expensive drink. You can just walk through there and then go up the escalators. So anyway, so my father was in prison, I want to say I think it was about 3 weeks. So my mother had a little bit of a break. So I understand the art of protesting. What I don't understand is like what happened in Arizona, and I guess what happened in New York a couple days ago, when in Arizona some protesters were trying to block a Trump event. So I think they chained themselves to cars, and they took their cars, and who knows what they did with the keys. But what I find interesting is this was probably the first time with all the protests that we've had. We had the one in Ferguson, which destroyed that city. Nice protest, yeah, that was a nice nonviolent protest. We had the other one in Baltimore, which destroyed that city, but again, another nice nonviolent protest. This time, I don't think that these kids expected anything to happen to them. But they got arrested. I don't know how many got arrested. I didn't look that up. But people did get arrested. Their cars got impounded. Perhaps it doesn't much matter to these kids because there is funding that has come in to fund these groups, the MoveOn.org, Black Lives Matter. These groups are coming in. They're getting donations from people, so maybe they're tickets for their arrest, and I don't know if you have to pay when you get arrested. Perhaps, I don't know if you have to pay bail. I don't know how that works, but you surely have to pay money when your car gets impounded, right? You probably have to pay a tow charge. Somebody has to pay for that. So it'd be interesting. I would like to talk to one of those kids. They had a picture with like 2 sheriffs. I guess this kid wouldn't walk, but he was a small kid. I say kid because he's younger than me, right? They actually picked him up, and one had the front of him and one had the back of him. I guess he wasn't going quietly. So again, 617-876-0055. I keep looking here because the old set, the button was here, but if somebody calls, actually, you can see it right here. So that's what I find interesting. I guess interesting and hard for me to comprehend that you think that you can get your way by being a brat. Like by being a brat, by being more than a brat, by shutting people down, by not letting other people go to the rallies. I wish somebody was here that I could have a little convo with. But the riots that they had, at the Chicago rally, and they shut down Donald Trump's event, people were actually violent there. And they were all rejoicing because they said, oh, we shut down the event. But what they don't realize is that Donald Trump's numbers keep going up. Every time they do something like that, the world looks at them. And I don't know if you're one of those people out there. The world looks at them and says, hey, what the hell are you doing? I think we have a call. Good evening. Welcome to Sensitivity Training.
Hi, Dave.
Dad.
Yeah.
What's going on? What took you so long to call?
Well, I was watching it. It was pretty interesting.
It was interesting?
Yeah, I was in jail for 2 weeks. That's right.
Oh, sorry, Dad. Dad was in. Sorry, my mother only had a vacation for 2 weeks, not 3 weeks.
Well, I could have got out if I told the judge I'd go back to work.
Okay.
Go back to work, so I went to jail.
And if you had gone back to work, would they have called you a scab?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
So let me ask you this, Dad. Did Ma push you to do that?
No. That was done by all the drivers got together and decided to do that.
I know, but did she say, like, do it, do
A
it?
lot.
Huh?
She helped a lot.
She helped a lot.
Yeah, but well, just being up there, you know, the kid, the dog.
So we had our dog out there?
Yeah, the little black one.
Oh, that was Pooter.
Huda, yeah.
Okay, and how old was I when this happened, when you were,
Oh, you were 8 years old or so?
because I remember you weren't there for my communion or something.
I was in jail. They wouldn't let me out to go to it.
So let's tell the whole world my father was in jail. But Dad, tell me something. You were protesting. Was it anything like what you see now?
Nothing at all like it. Nothing at all.
Nobody being thrown to the ground or punched out?
No, that didn't happen. That didn't happen.
Did Ma punch anybody out?
I don't think so. I hope not.
Did anybody punch Ma out?
I don't think so, but I hope they did.
Dad, you're not supposed to say that. Well, you know she can be a little rough around the edges.
Yeah, oh yeah, big edges.
Yeah, but not me. Not me. So what do you think? Dave's not here.
Yeah, but I was kind of concerned about him.
Okay, Dad, that's a lie. I know you're lying. Yeah, you're lying, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think? Do I need him to do the show?
No, he can stay home if he wants.
Oh, wow. Ooh, I don't know. But hey, Dad, you might hurt his feelings.
I'm only teasing.
I know. So, did you hear that call from Richard?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God, 2 Richards. So what do you think? Are you going to vote for Bernie Sanders?
Oh, definitely.
Dad. Who you voting for?
Sanders is out. I'm voting for Trump.
No, I get it, but Sanders is still hanging in there. He's getting a lot of people. They like him.
Yeah, I know. They like him. He's not going to go anywhere.
No, I don't think he will. But so would you ever vote for Hillary?
I would choke first.
You would choke first. Okay, so what do you think about what's going on in Belgium?
Oh, that's pitiful. I'm sick to my stomach about it.
So what do you...
This is Obama's JV team.
This is Obama's JV team.
Yeah, you know, they're a JTV team. They're not going to do any harm.
Well, you know what? But I think people don't understand is that a lot of people want to be peaceful, but from where I come from, if you nip it in the bud, right?
Exactly.
You take care of business, then the problem is over, right? You just got to nip that in the bud.
Well, I hope Obama's having a good night tonight down in Cuba.
They said he's watching a baseball game.
Maybe he could stay there. No one's going to miss him.
I was hoping that he was going to stay there. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
But you know what? The thing is, you read. What do you read? The Herald or the Globe?
I read the Herald.
Okay, so how much time, how much space in the newspaper does the Herald give to all the crap that's going on over in Europe?
Quite a bit.
They do.
Yeah.
So not for today, but when there's no terrorist attack.
Oh, not much at all.
Okay, so they don't talk about the no-go zones in Europe. They don't talk about the rapes of, or gropings of large amounts of girls. They don't talk about that.
No.
Okay,
No.
so the reason I brought that up is because I try to, I'm trying to encourage people to get their news from multiple news sources, right? You get your news from me, so you don't need to do anything else. So how is your day long, your day filled with doctor's appointments?
Oh, I'm a little tired. I'm going to go to bed. It's very shortly.
Oh yeah, it's almost 8:30. What did you think about my co-pays?
Yeah, cocaine, I'm choking on it.
I can't even believe it. I went yesterday. It increased almost, Dad, that's almost what, 100%?
Yeah, just about. Look at mine last month. It went from $8 a month to $45.
I can't even believe it. I can't even believe it. Then I had blood work done, and that cost me another $100 towards my copay. Plus today my office visit was $35, and I had to get more blood work done, and I had to get an X-ray. So I don't even know how much more money it's going to come out of my pocket.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's on top of paying $857 a month.
Wow.
And they really have you, because if I don't do this insurance and pay for it myself, then I'm not even going to be able to see the doctors that I've been seeing. So, but anyway, I guess. Okay, so well, thank you for calling, and I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. All right, have a good one. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
What do you think of the bat?
I like the bat. Dave will like it too.
That's for Dave. Every time he gets out of line, I'm just gonna whack him. I'm just gonna whack him. You like it? Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, Dad. Love you. Bye. Bye. Okay, let me hang up. Okay, so thank you for watching my solo show, which, I've done before, so it's okay.